Alright guys, Dior's here. So, going to do a video in response to Preparedness Veteran's fuel storage video. He did one for storing diesel fuel. This will be my second video talking about some of my fuel storage. What you see right here by no means is all the fuel that I store. This represents a significant portion, but it is nowhere near all of the fuel that I actually have on hand. I don't store diesel, and the only reason why is because I don't have anything that runs off of diesel. Everything I have, my car, my pickup truck, my backup generator, it's all runs off gasoline. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to afford an old mill surplus Chevrolet, 1980 Chevrolet diesel-powered pickup, old military CUCV M1008 or M1028. It's a military's version of the Chevrolet K30 of the 1980s. Cool truck, awesome truck. It's crying shame they stopped using them, but yeah, oh well, such is life. Anyhow, so just a quick recap what I do, since like I said, my first video that I did about 3 years ago, mind you, didn't get very many views. It's been on the web for a while, not a whole lot of traffic, but I want to point out first and foremost, I use metal construction jerry cans for my fuel storage. I do not use these. These are pieces of crap. Believe it or not, this gas can right here, I found it. It was left in the house by the previous occupants, and I have no intentions of using it. My dad says he takes some interest and he wants that gas can, so I'm gonna just go ahead and give it to him. But yeah, I use all metal containers for my storage fuel, and mostly because I don't have to deal with the issue of them swelling that much. Now, granted, this Texas heat, I'll tell you what, a couple of them will start to swell a little bit. Mainly those green ones, they like to swell on the tops so much it actually causes the tops here to crush in. I actually had to lay them on their sides once they were emptied and hammer them out with a mallet to get them back to shape. So I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not real impressed with these Euro cans. They don't hold up too well in this Texas heat. Hell, these other ones, they make it. They do the job. But man, I'll tell you what, this 110, 115, sometimes 117 degree heat, I tell you what, it tests the upper limits of the construction of these gas cans. And I swear to you, if I had plastic cans and these were completely full of gas, these things would be swelling up like crazy. And then in the wintertime, these like to contract. So that's the main reason why I like to use metal gas cans. The other thing too, most of your metal gas cans are going to come with some sort of rubberized gasket seal of some kind or another. These ones are underneath this lid that flips up. These ones, it's basically a plastic cap with a rubber gasket seal ring underneath. These ones actually originally came with those plastic caps, but I started replacing them with aftermarket ones I bought off of Amazon, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not terribly impressed with these. These sometimes allow gasoline to leak out from underneath if like enough pressure builds up underneath, like it'll start to weep a little bit of gasoline. And I find that problematic, so I'm probably gonna go back to the original factory caps. But the only reason why I got these caps is because I don't like these stupid safety nozzles. These annoy the crap out of me. But like this safety nozzle, there's actually a regular nozzle underneath, and there's a little rubber gasket seal. So, like I said, with this cap being sandwiched on top and this locking ring being screwed down real tight, creates a pretty good seal. Not that great. But anyhow, so we'll go through So I label all my gasoline, all my fuel storage. I label the type, what the grade is. So kind of weird, but in ways it kind of makes sense. So when I was in Colorado, I used to get the 87 octane unleaded, the ethanol-free gas. But I guess over here down in Texas, their octane is actually boosted up a little bit to 91 octane. But it kind of makes sense because it's a lower elevation down here, whereas Colorado, it's higher elevation. So you need to run a little bit more oxygen-rich versus running a little bit, fuel-rich. So though it makes sense to me why they bumped the octane down to 87. But yeah, so it's all 91 octane. Compared to my last video, so as of right now, I am officially not storing any other grades of fuel other than ethanol-free. 100% ethanol-free gas, all of it. But yeah, I label it 91 octane, unleaded, ethanol-free. And I also label the fact that I treated it, and I also put down the date of when I purchased. So I treat my gasoline with a number of things. For one, I put octane boosters in. I also put water moisture absorbers in my gasoline. So I'll pour a bottle of heat in to get rid of the any potential moisture that might build up in the fuel. This is part of my treatment. And I like to add the gum out, which is the octane booster. So just adds a little bit of extra octane to ensure the fact that my gas will still be good after the fact. And then I like to treat it with Pri-G fuel stabilizer. I used to treat my gas with Sta-Bil, but I'm moving away from that, because I've actually been hearing a lot of good things about this Pri-G fuel treatment. In fact, it seems to me like it's a superior fuel treatment compared to Sta-Bil. The only problem is I cannot find this at Walmart or AutoZone or any of the auto parts stores or local retailers. You pretty much have to exclusively buy this online. But I want to say a bottle, I believe this is a quart-sized bottle. Yeah, 32 ounces. I want to say this is going for, I want to say it's going for maybe $54 for that. And actually, one half fluid ounce is actually good for treating, I believe, up to 16 gallons. Let me see. Fuel treatment. Let's see. Yeah, add 1 ounce for 16 gallons. So 1 ounce will treat up to 16 gallons of gasoline. They also make Pri-D. Pri-D is the diesel treatment if you're storing diesel. But you can find these on Amazon. This is like their second biggest bottle. I bought a 16-ounce bottle, so half the size of this, and I was able to treat way more than 100 gallons of gas with that. But I even throw some of this in the fuel tank of my truck. Probably start throwing, well, actually, I don't need to throw it in my car because I drive the car every day. The truck's parked. But yeah, I'm going to start using this a lot more. Some of my gasoline's got Sta-Bil in it, but it's also, any of the gasoline I treated with Sta-Bil has also got some of this Pri-G. I mostly had leftover Sta-Bil that was already opened up, so I figured, why not? Let's go ahead and use it up. Currently, this gas wasn't cheap. Just the purchase price alone at the pump was like $4.41. With all the fuel treatment that I added into my gas, I'm probably looking at close to almost $6 a gallon. I know it's pretty damn expensive, but that's the one downside to fuel storage. It's not necessarily cheap, and the issue that comes is like you're subject to whatever the gas price might happen to be for that day. And like I said, the additives, the fuel additives, those are always going to be at a set price. So you're going to factor that in with whatever the price of the fuel is going to be. There was a time when I was able to get gasoline at $1.87 a gallon. That was for the 87 octane ethanol free gas. Gone are those days since Trump's no longer in office. Thanks, Biden, for making me spend $4.41 a gallon for ethanol free gas. Appreciate that. You know, go way to help the economy, right? Anyhow, well, that's pretty much it. Like I say, I kind of keep my gas kind of stored a little bit all over the place. This is not where I keep my gas stored. I just happen to have it here for this video and this video alone. Like I said, I keep some of it in my car, keep some of it in my truck, and I keep some elsewhere. So, like I said, just kind of have it kind of divided up. I keep enough in both vehicles so that way I can fill both vehicles up at least once. I've actually already had to depend on my fuel storage earlier this year. And basically I went, close to almost 3 months without having to stop at a gas station. Yeah, how about that? Not having to stop at a gas station to get fuel for almost 3 solid months. Isn't that amazing? But I really started going high gear with this stuff because I believe, was it in May of 2021, or was it May of 2022? I don't remember. No, I think it might have been 2021. That was when we had that gas pipeline down in the southern states that got hacked by the hackers and held for ransom, and it really screwed up the gasoline supply over here in the U.S. So, yeah, just another reason to keep gas on hand, you know, aside from emergency generators and just being able to keep your vehicles topped off. But, yeah, that's all I've got. I'm Diorce. I'm out. You guys have yourselves a good one. Bye-bye.